The foreign exchange rate in 2023 has been a challenge to government. From where it was 16, now it's about 26 plus. It has been a challenge. But as ever, we are ready to face that challenge. In facing the challenge to stabilize the rate, the first thing to understand is what has caused this problem. Because unless you understand what the cause of the problem is, how do you arrive to a solution? So, in summary, the key drivers of the foreign exchange rate, number one, and most importantly, we know for sure that in 2023, the copper production, we cannot avoid talking about mining and foreign exchange because 90% of our foreign currency is for mining, at least for now. So, in 2023, copper production went down, and therefore, foreign exchange availability to the country also went down. Why did it go down? A legacy of the past. These mining companies that you see had made up their minds to leave Zambia. Not just KCM, not just Mopani. Most of the big ones had decided that enough was enough, we are leaving Zambia. Now, in mining, they tell you that if you are mining here today, already you must have teams ahead there looking at where you are going to mine when this resource here is exhausted. That's what happens in mining. Now, because they have decided that enough was enough, we are going, the process of identifying the next areas to mine, that had come to a halt. So come 2023, the year that we just passed, the existing reserves that were being mined were exhausting. So we're going down and down and down. They could not sustain production, plus of course the adverse weather. So, what has happened now? Of course, when we came in, we changed the environment. So as we speak right now, the active big mines like First Quantum and Lumwana, they've already started reaping the grounds for the next area to mine. That is under process. This is why last year, remember, there was an announcement that First Quantum was going to put in 1.2 billion, Lumwana 2 billion. That money is to prepare the next grounds for mines. So we know that this reduced output in 2023, which has caused this foreign exchange problem, this is a temporal thing to be overtaken very shortly when these mining investments that are taking place are going to kick in. So that we have resolved. We know for sure that Luanshya, Shaft 28, is going to reopen with an investment of more than $1 billion. We also know for sure now that the two mining giants, KCM and Mopani, we are at the tail end of handing them over to the investors. Let me start with KCM. After all the long processes of bringing back Vedanta, there's only one item that is remaining now, which is agreeing with the creditors on how they will be paid. In other words, who gets paid now, who gets paid with the time. So this scheme of creditors is the only thing that is remaining. After that, the 1 billion that Vedanta promised should come in and expand production bringing back the mining sector to life. Similarly, on Mopani, we've also made very significant progress. Within 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, we should be able to hand over the mine to the new investors. But even before that, there's money that we're expecting any moment. We are not talking about 2 weeks. It could be this week, it could be next week. There's new money that is coming from the investors to say, while we are still finalizing, getting board approvals and things like that, we don't want these assets to deteriorate any further. So we are expecting money this week. If we don't see it this week, definitely next week, so that the liquidity that people have been talking about begins to come back on the Copper Belt and through the Copper Belt, the rest of Zambia. So the immediate amount that we're expecting is, I think, $80 million. Then shortly after that, $50 million. And once the closure is done, we expect something like so there's $80 million, $50 million. After that, a cumulative total of $620 million to be put in Mopani, so that Mopani comes back to life.